Okay, happy. I'm on. I don't know if you're there or not. Oops. And of course, I'm tripping over things. I just got here a few minutes ago with Lippy. I can see the event. We'll be there momentarily. It was late getting here, I'm afraid. Oh dear. I seem to have forgotten my extra microphone. But life will go on. And here's our friend Lippy.
Hi there.
Again, I'm not absolutely sure if we're there or not.
Oh, where? They're right there.
Well, if we're online, I mean, I don't know if anybody's watching us at this point.
Oh, well,
but I'm online. I'm up.
You're up. Okay.
We are streaming.
Do they know at Earth that you're doing this?
Yeah, Earth knows. In fact, yes, they're happy. Says he's got me there.
Hi, Happy.
And
we gotta go that way.
Sharp Canines, yes.
Hi, Sharpie.
Too. Excellent.
This is amazing. That's where we used to do the first fracking. It's now barricaded. After they cleaned up the garbage that was in the river, it was garbage heaped up along the side of that pier, and they had Occupy Action to clean it up because it really was kind of ironic to be protesting against fracking when here us New Yorkers were also messing up our river. Take a look at what's going on here. Look at the glistening Hudson River.
No, the river is
New Jersey in the background.
The river is beautiful.
But we cleaned up the Hudson River starting in the 70s with the Hudson River Clearwater Revival Festival.
Yay, Pete Seeger.
That's right.
Yes.
And now we're fucking it up again. And the Clearwater people will probably be here today because they're still active. In fact, they just finished their annual festival.
Wow, the action appears to be behind it. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yep,
I see it.
go.
Here we are.
My issue is not so much that fracking is environmental, though of course I'm concerned about that. My issue is that fracking is a money out of politics issue. Corporate greed and politics together. That's why I'm here. A core Occupy issue.
In order to do hydraulic fracturing, Spectra Energy. Inserting many toxins into the soil in Pennsylvania, destroying the water for
Captain America is here.
Yep.
methane gas that comes out of someone's kitchen sink.
There's a recent friend of mine from Trinity, a few people.
And they can set their kitchen sink on fire.
We don't want to be trusted with that.
In solidarity with our friends in Pennsylvania.
Oh, I'm sorry. Apologies. Is there another, someone that you work with? No, it's me. Oh, that I work with? Yeah. No, I know you. I'm a streamer. Yeah, I come here. But why did they say your name? Yeah, some people call me Licky because that's my
I brought a huge roll of paper.
We're from Occupy Earth. Oh, hi. He's a live streamer, and I am too, but I have to get what's going on, so I can't camera today. I'm relaxing and having fun, and I'm going to talk when he feels like being quiet. And he'll wait and hold on to his great pills to listen.
Oh, nice. I like yes, issues with some Mac.
Yes. Yeah, I have one of those too.
Mac.
Everyone calls it Mac. I have one of those too, but I forgot. I can't find it. I'm a slacker.
I'm excited. Yeah, that's another one. Oh my God! And I'm sure I've seen you down there when I came in.
Oh, wow.
Occupy Earth button.
Great, thank you.
Oh, I've been awful actually. I've never met. Or maybe I have, but a couple marches. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Occupy Earth.
It's okay.
Oh, Tina, you can always say hi to Occupy Earth.
Hi, guys.
And also, what is it? It's livestream.com/Occupy Earth and also ustream.tv/channel/Occupy Earth LS.
Okay.
Got it. Great. Is he here?
That makes me look better.
I have to
Many people will die. There's a road. Is it on your road? Looking right over there. It's one of only 3 fire roads. If the pipeline explodes, that road will explode as well. Taking out a very important fight a fire. Fires can burn for as long as a week. Like that. Hello. My name's Dave. No. What is an idea? What I mean by right now is right here today. I will be giving a non-life check. More in-depth overview of this pipeline.
That's like the perfect example of what could happen at any minute.
So in the meantime,
They're doing.
I would encourage people to partake in the food that we have here, to help pull flyers, work on banners,
Okay,
distribute information.
so viewers, that explosion was construction for this pipeline. It's the beginning of what we have to look forward to. I just met your bride.
Couple things. Please be sure not block things like the bike path or the pedestrian walkway. And also,
There is some occupied.
anybody asks you a question about the pipeline, to which you do not know the answer, please refer that person.
I want my check.
Or to Loki, or to Monica, or to someone else who you think knows more information. Whatever you do, don't make something up. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Apparently those explosions had to do with construction on the other side of the river.
Come on your place. Pipeline that exploded there. It's smaller than this pipeline here. It has less pressure. This pipeline is installed here.
Mic check.
I'm here to say, fracking is not just environmental. Fracking is a core Occupy issue. Fracking is the marriage. Of big business. And politics. This pipeline. Is money. In politics. Which is the core Occupy issue. So don't forget it. Thank you. Mic check. We're going to turn up the music now. Make sure you get some grub. Introduce yourself to a new friend. You might get to know these people. And fight with these people. For a long time.
All right. Let's see. Maybe 30. Small turnout at the moment. But I suppose this would be considered early. Small police presence. I believe that barge there is directly related to the construction we're talking about. That crane and barge. This is down on the Greenway by the Hudson River in New York City, the Greenway. to go. Pulling up the bottom. Their crane out there. So it's definitely in progress. This unwanted pipeline. As I said earlier, that we had some explosions across the river, which were almost certainly related to the construction. Good friend on saxophone, well-known occupier down here, whose name I can't remember, but kicks it on the sax. So, as I say, a small turnout. Facebook page claimed that 400 people were supposed to come here. Well, that many people signed up for it. And of course we don't see them, but that's natural. But hopefully, since we're loud, maybe we'll get a few more people coming out soon. We were only a little late, apparently. Some excellent creativity up here. No, I try not to shake things up too much. That's why I have this long shtick on the end of it. For balance. Apparently that boat there... Oh, actually I think the boat they were talking about, the fireboat, may be across on the other side of the barge. It's hard to tell. Well, that one there with the red hull could be a fireboat. I don't see any fire equipment on it. And then that, of course, is just beautiful ship. There's one thing about this location. We have a beautiful sight of the river, which has some really nice boats on it today. Air power, you'll notice, is pushing that ship, and I certainly approve of air power. Actually, this is claiming I have a poor connection, but I seem to have a good connection as far as I can tell. Everything looks good. Unfortunately, with the sun here, I can't really make out my own screen very well. I can barely read the messages on here. So it seems just a bit of a shame that not many people here. Oh, now what do we have here? We have the park police coming over and talking to, looks like one of the organizers with a rather serious face. Maybe if you should look into this, I think. Excuse me. There. She still looks upset or something. I don't know. She looks very concerned. Certainly don't see any reason why this very small gathering would be in any problem to the police of any sort.
Oh, well, you need a permit for that stuff. All right, well, I was going to eat something, but I can tell you
I guess the music was too loud for the po-po police, who couldn't hear themselves give orders or something like that. I don't know. So the stereo is down. Yeah. But we do have a couple of acoustic instruments here, which I don't see how they can shut us down in that regard. It seems rather foolish. It amazes me that for such a small gathering, the police have to stick their nose in at some point and complain about something. Truly a shame. But I suppose it's because we're right by this playground here. They don't want to upset any of the poor children. Too many hippies too close, I guess. I don't know. So that was kind of shameful. Came to shut down the music. Really necessary, apparently. That chopper has anything to do with us or not. Wouldn't surprise me, but nah, they're going on their way. We're not that big a problem, I guess. So good to see. Here we go. We have some acoustic instrumentation. That ought to do us well. And if they come try to shut that down, we know we know they're really being harassing, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Play it by ear.
Where's that at? My house. Where do you live? The Bronx. The Avengers headquarters. I don't know if I'll make it to the Bronx. That's almost right the trip.
Let's see. Libby up here socializing, as is her wont. Just fine. Nice peaceful people. Peaceful protest. Although at the moment it's peaceful lunch, I think. And there's nothing wrong with that now, is there? Captain America, of course, has made an appearance. Beautiful breeze down here, keeping us nice and cool. Nice sunny day. Why, thank you, folks. Appreciate it. So this is probably going to be a fairly quiet day of streaming. I don't expect this to get too rowdy. Oh, park police are returning yet again. I can't help but wonder why. They have definitely made an appearance. Moving their way through. Maybe they're just walking through. Who knows? I like to keep an eye on them. They've already intruded once to shut down our music. One never do know, do one? They don't look. They don't look terribly aggressive at this time. See these young folks having a blast playing. Oh, actually, I wouldn't mind a little munch. Yeah, don't give me a lot. Just a little. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just being that.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to leave this since I'm going to drop it.
Okay. Oh, wonderful Libby is getting me some wonderful occupation food, since I neglected to have breakfast today. And it's certainly after lunch now, so I'm kind of peckish. As we see, though, we have, as I said, a nice, small, peaceful, mostly smiling crowd. It is a shame that we hadn't been able to get more people down here, though, since this tearing up the river and putting in explosive pipes, well, potentially explosive pipes to frack the materials, totally against what most people would want. Certainly, I'm from Jersey, and I'm not real pleased to see those explosions across the river earlier that truly implied that they were blasting over there so that they could put a damn pipeline over there as well. And we'll just have to hope that we can slow that down or stop it.
Next month.
Wonderful juggler over there. He was having fun. Like his hat. Taking a break. So, and then after,
Check!
Mic check.
Hello again! So that little beacon that I mentioned earlier, I'm going to conduct that right now. Anybody who's interested in learning some more about this pipeline, just come a little closer up onto this platform. Thank you.
We're learning here. We're learning stuff right now. Hi, Dave. Not bad. I'm here to learn. We don't want to lose it. We're done here. Just like they said.
Daddy, up there.
Alright, so I'll be here. I don't know if everybody can like that, but I'm going to do a quick master on the crowd. What about it? Because you don't want to fall into our wall.
Alright, we're just going to hold on for a couple minutes while Patrick pulls for more people that might be interested.
Alright,
Ew, such revolting children.
Piercing. Children can be loud. Okay, there's a pause while they try to dig up a few more people for this. For this talk. Which I'll be happy to stream once they get it started.
Yeah, it's not like a props or something.
Reflection of the sun on my camera is blinding.
Follow.
Get on a I don't want all.
You don't have to. You can try one, you've never eaten one.
I don't want you. Go away, too.
Where? You tell me where.
Go.
Water?
Well, I may have to find another spot to stand. But for a moment, I'm just going to lean back here, see what's happening. What you see pretty much is what we got. The playground, of course, is full of people, but they are occupiers. You see at the other end now, we have the park police standing over here at the other end of this little curve of sidewalk. Maybe they're afraid, somebody here will, I don't know, jump overboard or something. I suppose that's how they can pretend that they're doing something useful. Excuse me.
Not bad. Summer of May. Oh, yeah?
Alright, I'm going to start. My friend Owen Crowley is going to help us a little bit. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to give you what I know about the progress of the process that led to the point that we're at right now. Owen has done research trying to get an idea of how this functions. This is the risotto with I don't know what. That kind of barley. And I know the salad is probably great.
Oh, you like this? Thank you.
So, alright, Spectra Pipeline. About a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, we got wind of this pipeline project that was proposed. And we were had never done. It was filed during Christmas season.
You're welcome. So nice. See what's going on behind the sign.
Yeah, I went over there for a few minutes to try to dig in. Cold, not bad.
Regulatory commission large-scale pipelines like this. We didn't know at the time, but we've since learned that they are easier to understand. And then
See now, if I put it
proposals come through this, I understand like that for a while. absolutely no idea how to fix it.
There's certain things that these companies have to do when they're applying to
I want a smaller one.
get an impact assessment of some sort. But the result of this awareness was that instead of the scattered few number of interveners who filed to make public statement about this process to possibly impact it, I think no one found the record here about 19 had close to 500 those were environmental organizations, business organizations, those were individuals, all 5 boroughs. And so, instead of getting processed within a couple months, the normal plan, it actually took more than a year. In that process, we had some more public hearing about this. I believe, if I recall correctly, on October 20th or thereabouts, 2011. That was also the first point where Occupy really had a clear role in it, because we had marched and extended from the Chicago Park up to the local school. I think it was the middle school, I don't remember the name of it. And between Occupy, the community groups, the environmental groups, the individual community, we had, again, several hundred people that were there, almost all of them in opposition to the There were, I think, 4 or 5 people on the first panel.
She likes to go like hang out with like older kids and playground, like especially boys.
And they sat there and they listened to us. And
I would just,
when I gave my testimony, I think we were allowed 10 minutes or something like that. I remember looking at them and I was thinking, these guys are bureaucrats. They have a job. They will do their job no matter what I say. And sure enough, that's essentially how it went. So since that October day, a number of different things transpired. We had community boards, like Community Board 2, that came out against the Spectra Pipeline. There were also block associations that came out against the pipeline. We had also Community Board 2 that came out demanding a hearing about the radon issue, because that was one of our main concerns. The gas is supposed to be coming through this large-scale, high-pressure pipeline that's coming directly from the Marcellus Shale. And so the naturally occurring radioactive materials in that Marcellus Shale is essentially huge. It refers to the Drilling Down series in the New York Times, and they found sometimes 1,500 times the amount of allowable radium or uranium or gross alpha particles. And when you have that type of recipe that comes back in the flowback fluid, you pretty much ascertain that you're going to have a radon issue in MacDaill. So, what else happened? Oh, yes. So, the shoreline here is essentially under the legal governance of Hudson. Okay, Hudson River Park Trust. They had a hearing, I think it was in May or June. They never, I think, actually mentioned this pipeline, but they were talking about different things that would be allowed. Normally, they would not be allowed to just have a pipeline through that area. An easement. Okay, so what they eventually did is they granted an easement for this project to proceed. That's actually what's being challenged in court right now by St. Energy Project, by United for Action, by a number of different organizations, by Food and Water Watch, I believe also.
Easements. Getting an easement in New York City is the most corrupt building department and construction thing around.
That's one of the main reasons why we are right now trying to
how they ruined Staten Island.
As much as possible. Well said.
That's how I feel about fracking.
Go away.
Because, I mean, there are going to be hearings that are coming up on this. There's this, slow-paced legal dialogue, and of course, in the meantime, their lawyers have told them, I'm sure, to hurry it up, get this thing drilled, get that thing in there. Once that pipeline is installed, it's harder for the court to say, well, you really acted in a wrongful manner and you're going to have to build the damn thing back in. Right? They may do that. I'm hopeful that they'll do that, but we don't know that for sure. So, what else can I tell you? Well, I think you've seen the pattern there. You have massive community opposition. You have community boards coming out against it. You have many concerns expressed, and none of those things have been addressed. I mean, in terms of the call for doing a public health impact assessment or at least a public hearing about the radon issue, we've seen nothing. That is true statewide as well. Many organizations call for a health impact assessment to be added to the supplemental generic environmental impact statement done by the DEC, and that has also been ignored. So this is a point in time where when the public is no longer represented by the representatives, when our public health concerns are not adequately addressed, that we essentially need to act as citizens and safeguard our own personal health and the health of our community. So, on that note, I think I'm going to turn it over to Owen for a second. Maybe you can do a little pointing in. You can take it down for me on the side. Obviously, we'll have different structures in terms of how they're planning to actually build this thing.
Okay, I'm not the expert, but I've read some of the documents that Texas Eastern produced in terms of their engineering plans. So what they've been doing for the past few weeks is preparing this site. And the purpose of preparing the site is they're going to drill horizontally a hole from this side of the river to that side of the river. We think they're a couple of weeks behind in their plans, but it was their plan to prepare the site in August and get to work. So my understanding is that these barges here, they were part of the plan. It appears to me that what started today is kind of a dredging to prepare the underground part of the site. All this equipment moved in the past couple of weeks. You can see on shore here. What they're trying to do is, if I see their plans right, they're trying to construct a drilling rig. It's not a classic follow-up, it's kind of a small one. It starts to drill kind of going into the river from that point right there, probably where that pipe is from. That's what we think. And then they got some sort of a way that they pull things through to the other side. And it's from here to there. Meanwhile, the part that you might say starts here and goes across, because it's across the state line, is what the Spectra approved, and that's the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. They have no jurisdiction within New York State itself, except as eminent domain. But what they plan to do is they plan to link the interstate infrastructure, which kind of comes in here, to city infrastructure across the way there. So where you see those big cranes, that's the Whitney Museum new building under construction. Right about the base of the near crane, I believe, is where they're going to cross under the highway, under West Street, to get to some interconnecting pipelines over there. One thing that there's an environmental impact statement on the federal side, and one thing they mentioned in regard to pipeline safety is the majority of accidents happen with local interconnect pipelines. So that's dangerous. That's really scary, going under a road with lots of traffic and vibrations, and how the city never rests, densely populated. Also, they're interfering with the park itself, and where you blocked off a walkway when it's in its distance. People depend on this park not only for recreation, but a lot of people depend on that walkway and that bikeway for transportation. Now, one other thing that's very interesting, you might be able to see it. If you look underneath that green building, there's a red thing that says FDNY. That is the pier in which 50% of New York City maritime firefighting capabilities reside. So just to give you some perspective, when there's another bad thing that happened down there a few years ago, on September 11, their only source of water to put out the fires for a long time because of the infrastructure that was disrupted was one of those. We only got 2 of those, according to what firemen tell me, because I've talked to them about it. The thing that's remarkable, first of all, you see all these police around, you see all this security. They're very afraid of us, It seems like nobody was afraid to run a 30-inch, 1,200 psi pipeline into this location when those things are known to be explosive and known to be terrorist targets. And you know, if you're a bad person, you might be thinking, hey, you kill two birds with one stone. I can blow that thing up and disable that thing over there too. Crazy. I've talked to two different firemen from here, and one who's a retired fire chief. None of them knew anything about this project. Nobody told them. That's just fun with that. Yeah.
All right. So, Russell, one other couple of the details I wanted to mention. So, Owen mentioned how this pipeline will go to the other side in Jersey City. There's an opposition to the pipeline over in Jersey City as well. It also comes across the Bay of New Jersey, across Staten Island, and other places.
Actually, Jersey City, unlike New York City, is against it.
Okay, right. So with the community in New York City, yes, actually our good friend Mayor Bloomberg thinks this is top-notch sort of project.
There's not one school. I've read through every single of these 500-plus intervener filings. There's not one school, not one business, not one individual who favors this pipeline, unless you're in the business of gas. Sorry.
Okay. One thing to know about Bayonne is although I don't think there's any formal paperwork on this, the logical assumption is that that would be the location of an export terminal. That's one of the hidden things, not so hidden but really hidden, about natural gas. The natural gas industry states over and over again that this is American gas for us, for our use. It's beneficial to us, gives us national security, comforts, all those types of things. But what they always fail to mention, which I have documented proof of in at least one instance, and there are many others, but Representative Markey from Massachusetts wrote a letter to Secretary Chu, Secretary of Energy, asking why they are, and is it in the country's best interest to convert these import stations to export stations at the cost of hundreds of millions of dollars, creating this infrastructure so that the natural gas can be liquefied and exported. Well, it's basically just a math equation. In China right now, they are paying, and this is a rough figure, but it's pretty close to it, they are paying roughly 8 times what we are paying right now for natural gas. Natural gas industry, petroleum industry, they're not stupid about these types of things. They want to go to where the money is. And so, since they've already, through the 2005 energy bill and other similar actions, taken the teeth out of all of our environmental laws, the next step in turning the United States into a third world country is to rape us for our natural resources and export them and exploit them for the benefit of a very small number of people, people who work and own in the natural gas and fossil fuels industry. So that's what that is about. That's why there's so much effort being put into this. That's why you see every day, you can turn on the television station, you can see all this natural gas this, natural gas that. That's what that's about. So why don't I throw this open to the audience. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to do my best to answer whatever you have.
Could you describe what Bloomberg just did with the Environmental Defense Fund, giving them a huge contribution?
I don't know the specifics of that in terms of the amount of money that he gave the Environmental Defense Fund.
$5 or $6 million.
$5 or $6 million.
Just a week ago.
This is Bloomberg's kind of modus operandi, because he's a very, very wealthy man, and he has friends who are also very, very wealthy, and so I'm sure that they share their aspirations with each other. So, for example, the museum over there that they're constructing, I believe he just granted them something like $20 million. For the mountaintop removal campaign to stop that in the coal industry. Now, he donated, was it $100 million or $50 million? 50 million. Okay. Now, why would he do that? He would do that because if you knock out coal, bam! Who takes the place of that? Who is there to fill that in? Well, that would be natural gas. All right. Same sort of way that they were originally going to be putting on a set of solar panels onto City Hall. that would be a nice gesture, showing faith in renewable energy, trying to develop an industry that will benefit all of us and help us combat global warming. Instead, no, they knocked that project off, and now they have this natural gas construct thing. It's like a cell pattern thing. I can't even describe it very well, but it is natural gas based, and that is what has displaced the renewable energy industry. Sir.
Yeah.
Okay. We can come back to you, okay?
Oh wait, how did this frack start?
How did the fracking thing first start? That's a good question. Because the industry has said that, we've been fracking since the 40s. Well, that may technically be true, but it's kind of like saying that, we had internet in the 1960s. We did to a certain extent, but it's nothing like it is now, all right? So in the last 15 years, hydraulic fracturing as a method for extracting natural gas and also prompting old oil wells has just gone off the charts. And some of the things that are new about it in terms of drilling down, the horizontal shale drilling where they extend for up to a mile and they forcibly inject this concoction of water, sand, and highly toxic chemicals, that is essentially a new thing. They realized that they had something that they really wanted to use, and that's why they did their backdoor lobbying. For those of you who used to pay or who paid attention to politics for a long period of time, you may remember back in 2004, there were these closed-door meetings with Dick Cheney and energy executives in the White House that they would not disclose what they were talking about there. This is what they were talking about, and that's what led to the 2005 energy bill that gave them exemptions to key provisions in the Clean Air Act, Clean Water Act, Safe Drinking Water Act, and the Superfund Act, as well as a few others. Those are the types of exemptions now that allow them to, first of all, drill down with this highly toxic mixture, have it come back up as flowback fluid, so it's that toxic mixture plus all the naturally occurring radioactive materials, all the heavy metals that are down in that shale, and yet when it comes back up, it is not considered industrial hazardous waste. It is just considered something that they can actually sell to the states of West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and New York, because it has a high brine content, very, very salty stuff, so they can take this radioactive, highly toxic stuff, and they can put it on our roads. They do this now as road salt in the winter and as dust suppressant in the summer. This is happening right now. What else do they have for... so I think it's the Clean Air Act, the provision there. That's what allows them to have these massive flowback pits, also known as evaporation pits. All right, so for each fracked well, they have something like 3 to 8 million gallons of water that are used per frack. All right, that's an immense amount of water. They can frack a well up to like 16 times. They have 8 to 10 wells per well site. Well pad is typically 5 acres, and so it looks like a checkerboard pattern across the landscape if you view it aerially. But mixed in with that aerial arrangement, you can see these large-scale evaporation pits. Those are actually typically about the size of 2.5 football fields. All right, those are loaded with that flowback water. And why are they doing that? They want it to evaporate. Even though a lot of those toxic chemicals that we were talking about are volatile, they can be airborne. They are carcinogenic. They are endocrine disruptors. Still, with these exemptions that they have, they can just shoot that out there.
And how was it discovered?
How was it discovered? I don't know the exact discovery of that. I'm guessing that, what typically happens. All right, so back in the old days, before they decided that it was in their best interest to try and use gas trapped in shale, they went for the easy stuff because it was more plentiful. All right, so they would do their seismic testing. They would drill down in areas where they thought that they had a good shot. And they would hope to land upon some area like a big, essentially, pocket of oil, preferably oil for them, always oil for them. In fact,